10 o'clock Eastern. Also with me right now, once I pot up his microphone, is executive producer Severlin. How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Is there a reason I'm holding your broccoli?
Well, I was going to say the executive producer is the broccoli, but I guess, I think you've got that title. For now. Until the broccoli wins.
The broccoli has been gunning for the title for quite some time.
It's taken a decade, but we now have broccoli in the taverns.
Yeah, all of the executive producers before me warned me about the broccoli.
What did they warn you about?
That it was violently looking to try to coup,
Yeah.
and then basically take over DDO for its own and make all creatures into broccoli monsters.
Well, it moves back and forth throughout the day, So what do you know? We have looking for broccoli in games. So
Yeah.
So tell me about the name Severlin. Where'd you come up with it?
Oh, it's my first D&D character.
Oh, it's your first D&D character.
Yeah.
So what was your first D&D character?
At the time, it was second edition, so there were no real... He was a fighter. There was no real barbarians or any of the cool classes that came after in those early days of second edition. He was sort of a combination of Conan and Elric, and I read a lot of more of the pulp fantasy at the time. So he was barbarian-esque, even though barbarians didn't exist at the time.
Nice. And so when you had to pick a name, it just seemed like a good fit?
Yeah, but I always sort of go for a whole bunch of different names, in different syllables to try to find something cool.
Cordovan,
I like it.
For me, like Cordovan, I couldn't be Mock Duck anymore because I wasn't, it wouldn't work, right?
Yeah.
And so I had to pick a different name. And so I remember my wife at the time just brought out a dictionary and started with a C and just started reading down names one at a time.
Wow,
Like, nope,
that's desperation.
Nope. And then went to Cordovan, and I was like, yeah, that works.
Back in the day, game with friends that just hated making up names, and when we played like Twilight 2000 or other modern day names, they would basically just randomly look in a phone book and start reading to try to find their names.
So it took me to get to CO, by the way. Just think about how many words are in a dictionary. That's how bad it was.
Where did she start?
C.
Oh, at the
Top
beginning
page.
of C?
Yeah.
Wow, that's picky.
Yeah, well, what can I say? It had to be the right one, right?
Well, we're all grateful that you're not Carrot.
Actually, darn
You were
it, that's
picky.
what my name should have been.
Yeah.
All this time.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Update 30 coming on Monday.
We do.
And that's going to be the Gnome and the Anniversary Dungeon. We're looking ahead toward Update 31, which we talked a little bit about. And understand we're maybe going to tease a few more things. Is that right?
What do you want to know about it? Like I said, I'd like to do some stuff for monks. I would have loved to do a whole tree, but I won't have time because, the next thing is abbreviated. It's only 2 months away, so
Right.
So we'll work on some fighter stuff, and we'll get some monk work in there. Probably, like I said, 5 to 10 enhancements. I know that there are people now working on a new monster for it.
Right. We could tease that maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Or should we just sort of say what it's going to be?
I don't know. We could.
Rhymes with lumber bulk?
Oh, wow. Now you've really ruined it. I was going to at least, do some riddles.
Okay.
But you went right for the throat, huh?
Yeah, it's something that, players have been wanting for a long time. And what's the story, actually, between getting this thing here?
Well, so we have all of it and the animation's working. Right now we're trying to do a cool confusion gaze. So we're trying to figure out what we're going to do with that. I would like a confusion where the thing lines up the confusion and then tries to do it, and you have a chance to physically get out of the way before you do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know that the scripting will work for that. Our problem is there were some raids where we have reticle attacks, and they didn't quite line up when there's lag, and we're a little concerned that even if we get it working here, that it won't have the same experience for the players in real time, if that makes sense.
Right, absolutely.
But it looks really good.
Yeah.
It has a 3-clip sort of attack animation with the mouth, and then it kind of moves almost gorilla-like. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool. And then we are going to have a new producers letter, later on, like we were saying, about every quarter, and so we'll have one of those as well that people can talk. We'll talk more about what's going on other than that. So
otherwise, let's see what I'm excited about. Oh, you know what I'm excited about?
Huh.
New data center.
That's right. And we're, I've kind of mentioned that we're looking about the first half of March. My understanding is a tentative date on that, and again, this is tentative, right? So it could change, probably will change, could change. March 8th is about what we're looking for there.
Yeah. So, if everything goes well, we'll do March 8th, and what'll happen is it has better hardware, it has better a better network pipeline, so presumably it will add even more. So we've done a lot of work trying to cut down on lag by really doing a deep down examination of the effect system and what was abusing it. So that worked, but I still think there are some instances in lag in various places, like the blades in the shroud still, for some players, have some lag.
Yep.
So I think with new hardware that will help.
Yep.
And with new networking, that should help as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I know that you've got a party to get to and all that sort of thing. I don't want to take too much of your time.
I had too much cake. And now I'm like on a sugar high. Because I don't eat sugar that often, so they love doing that.
But it's an honor to be here with you guys. An honor to have hit 10 years on Dungeons and Dragons Online, and just one of those milestones that a lot of games, even a lot of MMOs, don't manage to hit. Now, of course, you've already been a part of one because of Asheron's Call. But,
yeah. But I think one of the things that I'd like to say about 10 years is, man, the Turbine fans are awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, really talking to them on the forums and, having player councils and having a chance to meet them sometimes in person. They're just great. I really love our fans. It really makes my job a pleasure interacting with the players that play the game and seeing their passion and all of the stuff and how much they like the game.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much for stopping by.